Hello, everybody. Welcome to this session where we are going to introduce some of our solutions. This is Guillermo speaking, and we are SEIDOR Analytics. We have been working in some solutions to try to control our strange times, right? Our pandemic period, let's say. So, in order for the business to face those challenges, we are going to introduce some solutions. First of all, I'm going to introduce us. We are SEIDOR Analytics. As I mentioned before, we have more than 20 years of experience in the world of business intelligence, also analytics, and more than 500 clients worldwide, more than 150 specialized consultants, and for 2019 we closed more than 280 successful projects. Also in 2018, we held the award for the best analytics partner granted by SAP at its event called Sapphire, maybe you know. Among the services we offer, we based our solutions, and those are analytics, predictive, or advanced analytics, or related with big data. Okay, so and we are kind of all around the world. Anyways, please let me kindly continue with the presentation. And we wanted to focus our solutions based on three rules. Those solutions should be simple, quick to implement, and they should be focused on the current problems. So, taking this into account, we are going to present our roadmap. Graphically, you see here we have defined these numeric steps, let's say, in the road, in the path, and one of each is a challenge, starting with the number 0, that it's the restricted activity. Just to mention, this is presented like linear in a path because it makes sense, but of course it should be not if you don't want to. You can choose only one solution, but not the first. Could be the third or 5, whatever. Just as the solution that it fits you. But we are going to present it in this path, in this order, but it shouldn't be taken in this or implemented in this strict order. Okay. Just please start with the challenge number 1. We call this, or we thought this is the return to work, and we offer a solution called Team Care to manage this challenge. The theme here was about the return to the workplace. So we have developed some solutions that can be quickly implemented in order to face these challenges that companies can adapt quickly to this new reality. They cover different problems or situations about the return to work. In fact, the theme is as a consequence of the pandemic, and trying to adopt some safety protocols, trying to stop the spreading of the COVID. We should offer the solution to measure and to monitor all the figures. We are offering here to monitor the status of the activity of employees, the traceability, the contagion chain, let's say, in case you detect some suspicious or positive case from any of your workers, and trying to support your human resources department just to manage this situation. We have been working with one of our clients that it's called Copenhagen, as you can see in here. This is a successful case. It's already working in here, and they are feeding this dashboard with their own data and trying to control these situations. What what you should take into account that it's measuring, for example, if your workers have public exposure, if they face clients directly. If they are isolated in their own homes because they are suspicious cases, for example, or maybe they are inactive, in which teams they are, or departments, or even geographical areas, right? Well, this is for you to measure. Also, just to mention, this is flexible. You can add all the information you have in your systems, and it's modifiable. Okay. Briefly, the problematic that we can cover with that solution is to manage and control the essential activities of your employees on how they behave, and monitoring the work teams on the workplaces also, and trying to see also what workers are isolated or maybe are positives for the sickness. We have two stages. For implementing this, we offer this file stage as the first mandatory stage. Should take data source files, TXT files and Excel files, 2 weeks of implementation and functional training we offer, and also an optional extension, an automation stage, where you can automate your data sources, and maybe SAP systems, ERP systems that you already have, and it will take 6 weeks of implementation. And also we provide technical training. For the challenge number 2, we have the management consideration. We offer a healthy, our solution, it's called Healthy Debt, sorry. Why is this? Well, because in the first stage, or in the first challenge, probably you took into consideration about your cash flow, but this time you should consider how to manage the debt in your company, and how you are granting this debt, or how are you going to retrieve the payments of the debt. Why? Of course, the cash is very important. It's the first to check, but after that, we should take these payments into consideration for our financial health. Okay. The solution allows to visualize certain indicators relating to the charges from each of the clients, determining different scenarios in order to be able to estimate when you should charge those payments to your clients, or trying to support sometimes the lack of focus on customers, or to have the whole vision, for having this comprehensive vision of all the scenario. Basically, as you can see here, I'm sorry, here you can see the solution. You have different KPIs, as you can see, and some time series for you to control those clients, and to determine the credit limit you can offer for your clients. So once more, trying to summarize, it should fight against those problematics, the lack of focus on the key customers sometimes, or analyzing in a single dimension. Maybe sometimes you only have into consideration some of just only some features of those debts, for example, the amount, but here we are trying to estimate merging some different factors that are impacting, trying to determine, for example, the credit limit. Again, we have 2 stages. The files stage that should take plain text files, TXT, Excel files, and should take 3 weeks for the implementation and functional training also, and you have the optional stage of the automation. Taking extraction from your ERP systems, and it could take 6 weeks long. Okay, and also providing a technical training from our side, your technicians. Well, the challenge number 3 is massive logistics, right? We offer this smart logistics solution. That's because consumers have changed their habits, and sales and distribution channels have been also forced to be redesigned in some cases. In the current context, probably mostly you have been requested for home delivery, maybe both products and services. Even in some areas, 9 times this home delivery demand have grown up 9 times the amount it was before the pandemic, so it's a huge thing. And this smart logistic, it's taking into consideration some of the KPIs, the main KPIs that work with the logistics. We are measuring time, for example, of the delay of orders, or complete orders, or the one what were rejected, depending on the area, on the warehouse that they are stored, or even if they have a step inside the chain of the delivery, let's say, for example, and making some studies on how it's working. Again, this implementation is quick. It's should face these problems here, as I mentioned before. The challenges are about to lower the delay times normally, and also the unhappiness of the clients, or the customers that follow these delays on your deliveries. The implementation, again, you have this first stage that should be the file stage. Data sources should be TXT files or Excel files. 3 weeks of implementation and functional training also, and the automation stage that we should replace or complement your plain files with your ERP systems, maybe SAP or not, approximately taking 6 weeks long for implementation, and also technical training would be given. The challenge number 4, it's about the e-commerce, and we call it e-data solution. Okay, we think that many companies accelerated this digital sales process. So when this is working with a traditional channel, you have a kind of huge thing, so you should have one single point of trust. So the challenge is to understand and make compatible both channels, the traditional one and the new one, probably this digital one. Trying to let's say to measure these channels. For example, understanding the top sales by traditional channel versus this digital commerce, the number of visitors per channel, which ones are becoming sales. For example, of course, the total sales and management. And again, this should be present in 2 phases or 2 stages. The first one is the first stage, again, with the plain text, TXT files or Excel files during a 3 weeks implementation with a functional training. And the automation stage should automate your data sources, your data extraction from your ERP systems probably, or should be SAP maybe or not. And doesn't matter. It should take 6 weeks longer for implementation, not more, well, depending on the complexity of your systems. And we are providing also a technical training. For the next challenge, we call plan demand. The challenge is trying to plan the demand, because all along the path that we are following, starting with this restriction of activity and following up with the challenges we have presented before, this one is the natural next step, right? Once you are controlling your workers or your employees, your colleagues, and the debts and financial aspects. Also, you're controlling your logistics or your e-commerce, your digital commerce sales. We are here trying to go further and trying to plan the demand, right? The predictive solution that we offer, we suggest, tries to fight against two possible scenarios. Some experts are talking about the extension of the pandemic with the confinement periods, or stop or finalizing these risky times somehow, and suppose the consumers would push up the consumption. So in any case, you should consider planning the demand. It should be a strong point to focus on. Why? Well, we are suggesting the solution. This is a 100% cloud solution. We are trying here to anticipate the demand and to predict this behavior. What are we considering for making this? We are building up some algorithms taking into account this historical data or the market situation, also the seasonality, of course, and the life cycle of your product services. The thing is to predict, taking all this data, predict the demand. Okay, and we have also the files stage and the automation stage. The first one, taking these TXT files or Excel files during 5 weeks of implementation with a functional training, or the automation stage is an optional one. Once again, it's optional, and you can extend the solution if you want to make it as automated as possible. Probably you want to use your ERP system, right? And it should take maybe approximately 8 weeks, with a technical training. And finally, we have our smart marketing solution. Big marketing is what we call our solution. Why marketing? Well, today companies, both companies and consulting services, for example, or sales department and so on, have increasingly turned to digital marketing. So considering the times we are currently living, sales have been channeled through these resources, specifically with the objective of being able to measure the different levels of sales, right? It's important also to think of a solution that allows you to constantly collect the information and merge this data, both from marketing areas and the general purpose areas of your company. Measure each as a, once again, single point of trust. We offer this big marketing solution, we call it, for the purpose to increase the profitability of each action in each of the clients, right? This way, you have different segments or regions, and analyze and this information in cross-way. Okay, with this solution we offer. The thing is, try to predict with also with the historical information and take support your decisions you take. Okay. And well, finally, we have also those stages, the pilot stage and the automation stage. The first one with the plain files, 3 weeks, functional training also, and the option to make this automated with your ERP systems and approximately 6 weeks. Okay, guys, thank you very much for attending today to this session. Hope it has been working for all of you, and please remember to visit us. Thank you very much and be safe. Bye.